Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and in today's video we're going to discuss about bags for different occasions. I was tagged by Somehow Adulting to share how I would use my bags into my advantage when it comes to different occasions. So basically, what are the occasions when I want to look poor, so to say? And what are the occasions when I actually want to emphasize that I would be rich? So this is all in just fun. And as she also mentioned, let's not judge a book by its cover. But we do live in the world where people judge, they make assumptions, there are first impressions, and also there might be situations where showing wealth is not a good thing into our own advantage. So let's talk about different occasions where I would want to emphasize that I have nice bags, and then situations where I definitely don't want to highlight that. I'm gonna use the term look poor very loosely because for me, basically it's just bags that I don't want to draw that much attention to. Not necessarily that they would be super cheap. So kind of would be weird to say that I want to look poor if I'm wearing a designer bag, but I will share firstly occasions where I just don't want to highlight my bags. I don't maybe want to wear expensive bags, or then I don't want others to think that I'm wearing expensive bags. So basically situations where I want to be seen as very neutral, or that my bags won't draw attention, or then that I will look poor. All in good fun still, remember that. So, I mean, probably the most obvious one, and I don't even know why I would even mention this because I wouldn't do this. So, of course, if I'm in an area of certain reputation, obviously I wouldn't want to draw any attention to myself with bags. But I don't really know why I would go to those areas. So, let's just kind of skip that and focus on things that are actually relevant to me. Probably the first thing where I want to be very neutral is the gym. So at my gym, there are gym lockers. Obviously, I leave my stuff there. I don't have a need to have a designer gym bag, for instance. I've seen some people wear their Keepalls from Louis Vuitton as gym bags. I don't have a need for that. I usually just have my Longchamp tote that works super well. It's really weatherproof, so whatever comes down from the sky, it works. The bag itself is very light, so I can just like stuff my gym stuff in there, take it, leave it to the locker. Of course they are locked, but still there is the tiny element of what if someone saw a very expensive bag be put into the locker. I don't think that they are very sturdy, and it's just in theory. I wouldn't really believe that would happen, but it's just something that I don't really have a need to take my most expensive, very showy bags. So that's the first one. Maybe following the same theme would be when I would go to a beach. I don't have a need to take out my flashy bags, nor would I want to look super rich when I am there. So just, this is from H&M, basically a very cheap bag that works perfectly for going to the beach on holidays or when here at home, although I don't go to the beach when I'm at home that often. I'm not a beach person, but if I would be somewhere in the southern parts of the world, I would probably maybe venture out a bit. This would be perfect. No attention to it. And usually, even if I would go to the beach, I wouldn't take any expensive things with me or anything that I can't lose. So definitely I would consider what I actually need there. So maybe I could also go swim and leave my stuff there, depending a bit on where I am. But beach is definitely something I want to look poor in. All right. Next would be going to some crowded places such as concerts or music festivals. This is my Dior Diorama walk. This is something that I've definitely taken to those type of occasions. I could take my Pelen numero un Nana bag as well. This would work good in those scenarios. Probably the reason why I would take lesser branded bags are obviously I don't want to, if it's crowded, if there would be someone who gets ideas with when they see expensive things that they would try to do something, that's of course one thing. Maybe with the Plen it's definitely also because if someone is like pushing you and you are just like tight somewhere, then this wouldn't be bothered by it and it wouldn't show anywhere, even if someone would like scratch it or it would touch something or I don't know, be pushed or whatever. So like crowded places, concerts, festivals, definitely I would wear like these type of bags where I don't want to look rich. I don't know. So one place where I don't want to draw attention to myself when it comes to my accessories would be job interviews, and I think those are places where majority of first impressions happen, even if we want it or not, or even if people are aware of it or not. And because I don't know those people who I would be meeting for the first time, I wouldn't want the first impression of me be that they are judging because I'm wearing something super flashy and designer. Because I don't know them yet, they don't know me yet. So that's not the first message I would want to give. This is my Celine Nano belt bag. This would work perfectly for a job interview because it is still very elegant and professional looking, but it's not super branded. And if they would be into Celine, I don't think they would look at me. That's a bad thing if I would be wearing a Celine bag, but if they would not be into designer stuff, they probably wouldn't know that this is an expensive bag, but still it looks very put together and I don't know, just good. So job interviews is something that I would want to stay a bit neutral when it comes to my accessories and stuff. And I would want my skills and knowledge and experience be the one that we are talking about and not how much did she make in her previous work, or is she married to someone very rich or whatever. So that's just something that I want to stay very neutral. Then when I've gotten the job and if I go to the office and such, I mean, I still want to be me and I would want my colleagues to get to know me. So then I'm not that bothered if I would wear a bit of like my more highlighted designer bags, because I mean, it's me, I love bags. And if you've watched the TV show Friends and remember the episode where Rachel gave Joey some kind of bag and then Joey wore it everywhere and be like, Joey comes with a bag. Well, that's kind of the message that I probably give to my friends and colleagues, that it's just like, I come with bags. So I wouldn't want to necessarily hide it, nor would I want to highlight it. But then I'm not that self-conscious about wearing designer stuff if I'm already working there and like we're getting to know each other. But job interview, I feel like that's the really big risk of making first impressions and other people judging you and then basing their evaluation on that, which is sad, but still I kind of want to avoid that. And then finally, I'm just gonna showcase one bag with one topic, but where I don't want to have any attention brought onto me or my bags is when we are at our cottages or when we are at the countryside. So this might be a very local Finnish thing, but during the history, like Finnish values are that you need to be humble, and if you are wealthy, you shouldn't show it, and because that's like bragging, and people, I don't really know if they would be envious, but that's kind of the legend that people are envious of their neighbors and they would do anything to stop them from getting a raise or whatnot. This is just humoring a bit, but maybe there is some kind of truth into it. And there is also some legends stories going around here that people who live in the big cities, and especially in the capital area where I live, that we are already a bit stuck up and feel better than everyone else. So when we go to the countryside, I kind of don't want to give that type of impression. So I don't feel the need to like showcase everything. This is just a reusable fabric tote bag, which I love. This is my favorite one, but this was a freebie from Marimekko, which is a Finnish brand also known abroad, but maybe not in this community. It's more like maybe the interior design part of things. But yeah, so I could just take this, put my whatever necessary things I need in here, and just walk like that in the market, or going to the grocery store, or just in general walking in the town centers. So that's also a place where I don't feel a need to give an impression that I would be wealthy. It's okay to blend in a bit, or at least not to be the one that sticks out. So kind of give a neutral vibe. Plus, if I'm in the countryside at our cottage, I'm definitely dressing super casually, even more casually than what I do at home. So I can just like go dressed like that and go to the stores and look neutral, poor, not really poor. It's kind of funny to say that though, because I don't really believe that, but I think that these kind of neutral, understated bags would then kind of be for my advantage in those situations, because if I would need help from someone or something like that, they might be a bit more open towards me in those scenarios. Now let's move to the other part of this bag for every occasion. So where I want to highlight and seem wealthy and rich. No, but basically, what are the situations where I believe that it plays for my advantage to showcase maybe a bit of something. In the looking poor category, I mentioned crowded places such as concerts and festivals. Well, on this category, looking rich and wealthy, I would mention operas or theaters. I could definitely take, for instance, this Chanel bag. If we're thinking of opera, at least here, people still tend to dress up for the majority of it. So I would feel super comfortable in using my designer bags in those scenarios, also to going to theater to watch something, or to musicals. So definitely, I don't know if I would get an advantage of that, but at least I would feel good that there is an occasion where I can definitely wear this and I don't need to be scared of anything. So that would be the first. Second occasion that I could mention would be shopping. And like the obvious thing would be that if I would be going to like designer shops or luxury shopping, just even browsing, I would feel a bit more comfortable having a designer bag. I haven't noticed at home, we don't have that many stores here, but if I would go to a luxury boutique here in Helsinki, I don't think, or I haven't witnessed that they would treat me any differently if I come with a Chanel bag or a Polène bag. But especially abroad, I would feel a lot better wearing a luxury handbag in those occasions, even if I would just be there for browsing, because I am expecting to be served a bit better if I dress up for the occasion. So I am super casual dresser. In Finland, I have gone to Louis Vuitton wearing like gym tights. I know. Helsinki is not that like fancy place, and I was served, I think I even bought something at that occasion, so like they didn't treat me any differently. I would definitely not do that abroad. So kind of dressing up a bit to those scenarios where I would want to be served, especially, then I would want to have a luxury bag. Then thirdly, going out to restaurants, and especially certain restaurants. This is also very difficult to say, because in Finland, people are kind of treated the same, and I don't think that it doesn't matter which bag you bring to a restaurant. But personally, I prefer to take a designer bag, especially if we're like having a date night and we're just enjoying good food. We have picked a nice restaurant, so definitely I would take a nice bag. It might be different in other countries where you might be served differently, or you might be treated differently, like if you have a reservation or not. If you look wealthy, they might try to squeeze you in. I don't know. We don't have that here. So it's more like for myself how I would feel in those scenarios, but that would definitely be one. And the final thing where if I really want to be rich and show it would be when traveling. And I know that that's a bit like contradictory, because traveling to certain places, there might be more pickpockets. You might become a target because if you're showing something. Personally, I live such a boring life, and I usually wear just the same like everyday bags, although they might be from Celine, but still I wear the same everyday bags in my regular life. Maybe in the weekends I venture out a bit to the more exciting bags, but still, so when I'm traveling, that's like a lovely excuse to bring out my bags, and especially the more like special occasion bags or a bit more expensive bags. So I would say traveling for me is the thing where I wear them, and maybe that means that then I want to seem wealthy. I don't know, but that's definitely something. And I feel like I kind of twisted this tag a bit from how these bags would work into my advantage, into just like what I prefer wearing at certain occasions. And I'm sorry that I kind of bent the rules on this one, but it is a bit difficult to say what would work for my advantage, because I'm living in a country where everything is like super equal. So I don't honestly think that a bag would turn it to a way or another. But it's definitely something that turns it one way or another for myself. And that's obviously why I wear these bags and why I buy them in the first place, is for myself. And I am the weird person who takes a designer bag to take out our dog. And that's me. And maybe that would be for someone like an absolute no-no, but I don't care, because I want to wear my bags. So it's more like, what are the occasions where I'm more comfortable in bringing a neutral bag for a reason or another? Then I would go with the poor look. And then if I'm more comfortable in showcasing a bit of logo, then that's when I want to look wealthy. But all in all, I just want to wear my bags, and I wear them daily. So I might look wealthy, or then I might look like someone who lives off the street sometimes. It's just coming on what I feel that day and kind of how lazy I am at that point into what bag I choose. But there definitely are certain occasions where I do consider, do I take my flashy bougie bags, or then something less expensive and less attention drawing? I think that's it. At least I couldn't come up with any other specific occasions, because as mentioned, I do wear designer bags to the grocery store, taking out a dog, when going to work, etc. So I wear them all the time, every day. But there are certain occasions. Thank you for tagging me. This was super fun and actually like thought-provoking in a way of how I actually see different occasions and what bag to take. And I won't tag anyone specific, but if you are a YouTuber and want to do this type of tag, please do your own and tag me to that so I can know and come and watch it. But otherwise, let's continue in the comments below, and please share your bags for different occasions. Do you have also this type of division on if you want to look a bit more bougie? Maybe the bag works for your advantage. Or then are there occasions where you definitely don't want to showcase an expensive bag or wear a designer bag because of XYZ reasons? Please share and let's continue the conversation. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.